So on this week, we're doing superheroes, and this happens to be my favorite. The only reason why, because I tend to be exactly like him with our rage. So we'll be drawing the Hulk today in watercolor fashion style. So this is what he'll be looking like. A little kind of background, not so detailed, but using the watercolor more to do in the body definition. So this will be new for me as well as for you. You could pick any superhero. I have to the left of me Batman. You could type into Google superhero watercolors and it'll show up a bunch of pictures that you can get started on. But of course, the one I picked is the Hulk. So let's get started. Once again, we have our stuff, our paintbrushes, water, the white, paint. You can use whiteout, black marker, an eraser, and the watercolor pencils. This is what we'll be drawing. So right now, I just have a blank slate. I'm just going to be drawing the outline, which will be a rough draft because as you see, it's not as detailed. Just mostly going to be drawing in his muscles to get the definition and that Hulk smash hand grip. Let's get started. So this will be difficult because I stink at doing bodies. So I'm going to do like his chest kind of first because I kind of see it popping out a little bit at me first. Kind of get his body definition. I'm going to be doing this part extra light so that if I need to go back over it, I can. Luckily for us, today's drawing isn't so detailed. It's just more making sure we get the outline of him so that when we watercolor it, we can see who I'm drawing, which is the Hulk. Who is your favorite superhero? I'd have to say the Hulk, even though I'm more of a villain. If you had to ask me, I identify with the villain more. If I had to pick one, it'd definitely be Poison Ivy. But the Hulk is totally something I define with. Drawing his shoulder blades so I can get like how I think his body will look like. Remember, it's okay. This is just the outline. People will get who you're drawing just by the colors you pick of your superhero. I'm definitely drawing his muscles because that'll be what the main pull for him is his muscles. So there. It's like the outside of him. What'll be hard is focusing on the arm part. And bringing this down. This is his first paw or his hand. Now we're doing his thumb, which is the grip. It's kind of important to do this step, kind of do it right, do justice by it. Proportion wise, always screw that part up, just to point out. It's like I'm trying to draw this body frame in and I totally drew the hand way too high up. start that over. I'm going to do the arms first since I seem to not be getting the body right. Rough drafting the thigh. This one kind of slants in a bit. His rip close. He's got like ripped, tethered clothes because he's ripping through them all the time because he's bugging out. Give him some definition. Get his leg down. Oh, that's kind of difficult to draw like his pants. It's like, don't let it frustrate you because if it doesn't always come out perfect, that's fine. Not looking for perfect here. I want it to look like he's walking forward, so I'm trying to arch the pants a little bit. Give it that effect of walking backwards, because you don't necessarily see his other foot. It kind of just like fades away into the background. And this kind of just like fades into its own self. Other than that's just his pants. And once again, like drawing like bunnies, stuff like that. Awesome at drawing like proportion wise. Ugh. This makes it difficult. But I'm up for a challenge. Now I'm gonna draw his thumb the way that I think I was supposed to have it. It's hard to get the dimensions down. I had to admit, I haven't seen the latest super action films because I don't like it when they die. Oh, one hand done. Doing his thumbs, which usually I thought I was good at hands. I'm realizing I am not. I'm trying to get the definition of his knuckles because that's like what you mainly see on the screen is him kind of curling up his hand. I mean, we're gonna put this green anyways, but I still want the definition of his hand to kind of like pop through. The head part would be hard. I didn't even want to start to draw that part, but I've got to. There. So his muscles are kind of defined. That's my body structure. I messed up a little bit on the hand part, but I'm gonna go through and fix it. Just so it kind of matches. There. If I layered the knuckle instead of drawing the knuckle as is, made it look a lot better. I'm not gonna go through and outline this one as much as I've done on the other ones because this one is not necessarily an outline one. But now I'm gonna try to draw the head. Help me. This could go really bad or really good. Just trying to draw like somewhat an outline of a head. And then hair, of course. So that's kind of like my head. His is a little like messy. It may not be the same size as the body structure, but so far that's what we have with the Hulk. So now I'm just gonna go around and kind of perfect the outline a little bit. Just trying to get that in. Now that I'm satisfied with what I have, get his ripped, tethered clothing, add it to the look. Super muscly, so I'm gonna make sure I get all the muscles kind of like put into place. His chest plate, refine it a little bit. So it really brings out that we're not just messing with any kind of person, it's the Hulk. Okay, so now that I think I'm set with that, I'm gonna go around and get my greens out. Then he had a little black on his hand. But we're gonna be careful with the black because the black's really powerful. And we don't want to stain the color too much. So I'm gonna sharpen everything. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with the black. As you can see, here's a little bit of the black spots. So I'm just gonna go with that. Right there, I left those little pockets open because there's going to be a little bit of no color there. I can see that. His hair for the outline. Looks like the tops are black, so I'm going to keep that black for this instance. Just a little bit on his chest plate so that people can see that lineage. And then on his hand. This is kind of outlined. Remember, the black will go pretty dark. So I don't want to use too much of it. There. Now, I'll go to my green. I'm adding in the black because I noticed like I'll need just a little bit of the back paint. Okay, back to the green. And remember, this is going to be sporadic because as you can see the photo, it's not paint everywhere, just in certain spots. Okay, put the green. I'm kind of just like outlining in green because he kind of is, of course, obviously all green. His hands seem to be the darkest thing, so I'm coloring it this in super green, hoping that black mixes with this. Give it a nice dark hand. Look how he has. Going through, getting the greens on his abs. Remember, there's not so much, I think, color as it will be using the pad and what's on here as the color. What's on it. So we won't be adding as much as we would other paintings. Adding in the green. Color spots on the photo. Bring it right on down. Looks like these spots are the darkest. Only use a little bit of this lime green, certain places. Just trying to get the colors in, so when I do go paint over it, and I see this, I could use breastplate open. A little bit of that black in here. You can see, just trying to get the shading all in. There. So this is kind of like the outline. Kind of have it be like that. And now we're going to get our paintbrush, clean one, important. And we're going to start by coloring it in. I'm going to start with a smaller brush, just because what we have here is the hands. I'm trying to grab the color here, not make it so black. At the same time, his hands are darker. If I have to, I'll draw black on the side and use that kind of as my painter. That's how it should look. Yes. A little darker on the fingers. Different methods. However you want to move the paint around. I'm noticing I like this green color better than that yellow green. The yellow green kind of makes it like zombie slop. So I'm just gonna go over it a bit. There's some color. There. I'll get a bigger brush. I'll do the swoops. I'm doing the swoops so I can get away from the ridging of the color. Like, ridging as in, see how I drew it like this? I don't want it to look drawn. I want it to look like watercolor. So we're gonna splat it on and make it circles so that you can't see that I was trying to color in those spots. And it gives the painting to life. Just gonna draw that in because I want the hands darker. I'm gonna get its grip. I don't want to blotch out too much of his hand so that you can't see the form of it. Kind of messily painting around. We did the outline already, so the paint can go where it chooses. Trying to get in his feet. And on his head. There. So now, what we're gonna do is take the green, you're gonna make a little spot like that. And take the black, make a spot like that. And do the flicks. Yep. And I get this one for the green. And sprinkle it. There. And there you guys have it. My version of the Hulk. I wonder how your guys' looked out. You guys can always add more color and definition by adding the black, which I noticed right before I was about to let you go that I would like more black here. Built it up. Put it on his paws. I like it here. Or on these sides. And there you have it, everyone. The Hulk. I hope you enjoyed this session of superheroes this week. I hope you figured out who your superhero was. And if you like it, please tune in next week for another one. And thank you, and that's all, folks.